Hi, it's Craig from WP Publish, and I just wanted to record this quick video that is all about what type of WordPress user are you. And the reason this has come up is I find a lot of the people I'm working with, a lot of the clients I have, they break down into quite specific groups, generally these three types, and I thought it might be quite interesting. Might be quite fun to you to see which one of these you are. If you're looking to use WordPress or get into WordPress, you'll probably find you relate to one of these three groups. So the first one is what I call the agency survivor type. And typically, and without wanting to generalize at all about this, there's a lot of fantastic web design and web development going on, of course. But it's quite, even to this day, it's quite an expensive business, and it's a big task. Building sites from scratch and coding the things out, is very labor-intensive process. So I get people coming to me who have got a legacy of a very expensive site that they had built for them at great cost, which I think I've said quite a few times. It's not the only factor, let's be clear on that. But basically the site is too complicated, it's too cumbersome, there's too many moving parts, and what happens is, as their business evolves, they find that there are certain aspects on the website that are no longer holding true for them. They find it difficult to change or impossible to change any of the information that's on there. They find it hard to add, new sections for new things that they're introducing or new products or whatever. And typically, when they try and reconnect with whoever created the site, it's often a bit of a dead end, or they don't get any response at all. So they've got to this point where they've invested in it, and it's not working for them. It's out of date, and it just isn't where they are currently at with their business, and they need a solution. The second type I call the DIY recoverer type. And in many ways, this is the path I took when I started working online, putting projects and businesses online. And typically, the DIY recoverer, uses a software package or uses some kind of online website creator, or they might have another nuts and bolts thing that they dig into, and they're just doing some, basic HTML site. And it can kind of go two ways. With me, I absolutely loved the process, and I really got into that work. And then when I discovered WordPress, it sort of opened up so many possibilities for me, and I absolutely, I just loved and really enjoyed sort of tinkering around in that field and creating things using those tools. But there's another set of people who they've had to go themselves. They've put something up, and it's probably got some coming soons written on it. So, if you say to them, "Oh yeah, tell me your website," let's keep in touch. What's your website? And they might say something like, "Oh well, it's not really finished yet," or "Oh well, it's here, but it looks horrible." And so they had to go at doing their site themselves. They ran out of steam with it. There's some bits that aren't quite finished. They're not quite happy with how it looks. Possibly a little bit embarrassed about it, so they don't really tell people about it. Which, and obviously, if we're going to have a website, the first thing is we want to be happy to tell people about it and get people to look at it. So that's the second type. The final type is what I call the NonTech type, and in a way, it's probably the most straightforward group because they're very clear on where they're coming from. They are not interested in doing it themselves. That sort of thing doesn't have any appeal. They are working in their business. They want to continue to focus on their business, and they would like someone else to sort it out, please. So I suppose in a way they've got similarities with the first type, but they're perhaps not in a position to invest that amount of money, or they think there must be a better solution because as technology has changed, there are much more affordable solutions. And the thing that I really like about this type, or that really fits well with WordPress, is the fact that even though they are non-tech, they can get a website, a WordPress site, installed for them and put up online for them. And with very little experience, well, with no experience of websites or coding at all, they can be shown how they can actually live edit on the screen, make changes to their content, just like using a WordPress processor. And WordPress lets you do that. And if you're using something like the Divi theme, you've sort of got an infinite number of options that you can do, and you can literally tap on the screen to update the site and then make it go live. So it's open to everyone. So even if you're coming from a non-tech type of path, WordPress will work for you. It's so easy to use nowadays, and I guess that's why I like it. That accessibility, it's really opened up the power of putting websites online for everyone, really. So I hope that was enjoyable, and I hope you recognise yourself in maybe one, if not more, of those types. Maybe you've dabbled in a few of them. If you need some more information about getting started online or working with WordPress and how you can get started with it, come over to WP Publish and just get in touch. There's contact forms there and links. Leave me a message and I'll get back to you, and we can easily have a sort of no obligation consultation if you want to talk a bit more about it and figure out what it is about WordPress that could perhaps help you and your business online. I look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care till then.